Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another IT Wire and Alex on Tech video. Today I have with me Angus Muffet. He's the Country Manager for ShopBack Australia. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for having us.
So let's start at the very beginning. When did ShopBack launch and what's the story behind its founding?
Good question. So, like any business, any new business, we sought to solve a problem that consumers have or add to consumers' lives. So, the founders work for a large marketplace in Southeast Asia, and one night they were thinking there's got to be a better way for brands to reach consumers. A better way, by better way I mean more efficient way. And a smarter way to do so.
Something that incentivizes consumers too.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. So it's twofold. It was how do we help brands reach new audiences and how do we help consumers find these brands and incentivize them to do so. So they went about working through the business model, and there was many different iterations and many sleepless nights, and they locked themselves in a hotel room and came up with this concept around rewarding consumers for shopping through a platform through to brands. And for brands, they wanted to solve the problem around how do we reach more consumers in a more economical way. It's very, very expensive to use some of the giants like Facebook and Google. So through ShopBack, they developed this method by way of that brands only pay for a transaction once a consumer purchases, as opposed to through exposure.
Yeah, so I mean, finally, not only do you know which 50% of the advertising is actually worth it, but you know which 50% of the money you're spending is getting through as well. I mean,
exactly.
I'm sort of mangling that.
No,
famous.
It's directly attributed to a sale. So the cost is of advertising through ShopBack can be directly attributed to a sale.
So look, I'll get you to go in a little bit more detail in a moment, but when did it launch in Australia, and who are some of your local shopping partners that you can speak about?
Yeah, very exciting for us. So we launched into this market. So we're, just for a bit of context, we're around in 7 markets today, Australia being the 7th. So we launched in Australia in May. Very, very exciting.
That's May 2018?
May 2018, beg your pardon. Yeah, so very exciting to see the website light up with amazing brands with 0 customers, right? So we worked very, very hard in the lead up to that. We work with a number of brand partners in Australia. There's about 950 that we currently have.
In Australia?
In Australia today, yeah. So if you go to our website or download our app, you'll see a number of brands, global marketplaces, all the way through to the major supermarket chains in Australia, right the way through to Australian brands that everyone loves to shop from.
So, in Australia at shopback.com.au, you can go online. But give us more about how it works for both the consumer and the business, and what kind of savings can shoppers expect? Do they shop only via the website and the app, or can they go to the websites of the companies and somehow be logged in? What's the story behind those questions?
So I guess the question has 2 parts then. So from a consumer perspective, starting in Southeast Asia, we started with a website.
And so what year was that you started altogether?
Yeah, so that was in 2014.
Okay, so it's 5 years now.
Yeah, so coming up to 5 years, and we started with a website, and basically the basic premise of our model is largely unchanged. The tech behind it is come
constantly evolving.
It's constantly evolving. So when we first started, customers would come to our website and they'd see a brand that's offering a percentage of what they spend back as cash. So an example of that in Southeast Asia might be someone like Lazada would offer, say 10% cash back to a customer just through shopping through ShopBack. And very quickly in that market, we realized that it was great to have a desktop presence, but in the Southeast Asian market,
it's all mobile, right?
It's all mobile. The small screen is the preference, right?
Yeah.
So we had to evolve, and it was really that sort of evolution through adversity that we became a mobile-first business. So,
which you had to. I mean, everyone's had to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So customers, like what we find in around our regions, about 75% of all the transactions come through a mobile app, be it Android or iOS. In Australia, it's super heavy towards iOS, as you probably
but Android's still strong too, yeah?
Android is a very strong proposition. And in different markets, that's a seesie that's flipped.
Yeah. But you're on both platforms anyway.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter. The consumer can choose whatever they want. You're there for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this market, customers come to us, in all markets, they come to us through our app, whether it's Android or iOS. They come to us through our desktop, or they can come to us via a cashback buddy, which is actually a Chrome extension, which helps customers when they search for brands, there's notifications that pop up in different ways through their browser. So they never miss an opportunity to be rewarded for shopping through a certain brand that's listed through ShopBack.
And we can see on the app, on the iPhone thing behind you, that that's an example of the app. I mean, there's probably a cut down version of it, but all the different brands are there. You can tap on one of those and see the offers that are available.
Absolutely, and we merchandise in a really beautiful way as well. I think like the user experience with ShopBack. We work through many different categories. Give you a live example. So this month, which is March, we're working with a number of brands in the everyday category. So what that is, if you think about grocery, if you think about transport, if you think about food, anything that you need on a daily basis, you should be able to come to ShopBack, and you'll see our campaign there. You'll see all the brands with their offers. And that really goes to, I guess, our mission of becoming a daily habit for shoppers in Australia. What I mean by that is being able to, on the bus or train on the way to work, everyone goes to Facebook, they go to Instagram, they might check their emails. But what we want and what our North Star goal is to have people be able to go to ShopBack and be able to satisfy their shopping needs, whether it's I need to catch an Uber, I want to order a coffee, all the way through to I want to do my weekly shop, or I need some new tech. That should be able to be done through our app.
And there's an offer there that will appeal to a lot of people and that people are taking up.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So how long do the offers last? A month? Longer?
Yeah, we've got an always-on presence, and when you think about sort of the value proposition for brands, what we do is we help them reach audiences that they maybe wouldn't otherwise be able to reach in a very cost-effective way. What I was going to, to the point at the start. It's kind of like being able to help brands reach new audiences is super key for us. And brands, they tend to work with us throughout the year. What they will do though is work with us in a very tactical manner. So around key merchandising events for them. So it might be their birthday, or it might be Mother's Day, or it might be like the Black Friday sales was super interesting for us in Australia. To see this shift from offline to online, this is where we become quite powerful for retailers.
And there might be retailers also who want to move stock for whatever reason. They've got new stock coming, and there's an opportunity to say, hey, we can offer a special deal. And because I was reading an article about in the paper about this lady that would take people to different warehouses, and now it's all gone online. And, she's able to really effectively help companies move stuff.
Absolutely.
And so, but I mean, you cover the entire gamut of the latest and greatest through to moving old stock and everywhere in between, I guess. So are companies now, are you actively approaching them? Are they actively approaching you? How does a company get involved and say, hey, I want to offer my services and products through you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a network of kind of like affiliate networks. So businesses will go to them and say, hey, I want to reach new audiences, and they can plug into websites like ours. We've also got a BD team, a business development team, that go out and speak to brands, and that's where we add value, is when we truly get to a brand and speak to them about where they need assistance, where they need amplification of their marketing messages, whatever it might be. So it's a mixture of both.
Sure, and which is common sense. I mean, you should be out there. People should be hearing about you and coming to you, and that's a sign of a successful business.
Absolutely. But I mean, there's one thing we pride ourselves in, is being able to go and speak to retailers and understand, is it a seasonality issue? Is it a new customer drive? Like, whatever it might be, there's a way in which we can assist them through our ever-growing database. We've got customers that just love ShopBack. Our value proposition of helping people shop smarter is, I think, what people gravitate to. Like, if you don't want to save money, there's
just go to the shops and spend it normally. But if you want to save money, come and check the app every day and see what's on offer. In a range of areas. Now, Australia has a very strong multicultural population. There's plenty of people who are moving and living between Southeast Asia and Australia on a regular basis. So if you're one of those people, do you need to have a different ShopBack account in each country, or log in via a VPN to see what deals are in Hong Kong or Singapore? Or how does that work if you're one of those you travel a lot and you live and work in different places?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the app is a really good way to do that, right? So no VPN required. It's not that hard. You just log out of Australia. You could, for example, if you've moved to Singapore, you joined the expat community over there, you could log into Singapore. The only thing is that you just need to have a local bank account, or you can have your PayPal, which is obviously universal.
But if I'm in Australia and I'm living in Singapore as well, can I just log out and then log in with my Singaporean username and password?
Yeah, for sure.
Shop from here if I want.
As long as the retailer can fulfill your package to that particular country, and you have a PayPal account, you can shop through all of our platforms.
Sure. I mean, normally that's not a problem companies have, but just knowing that you're big in Southeast Asia and we have that a lot of students and that sort of thing, they might want to do that. Just sort of
absolutely. I know it's a real global view to commerce, and I think that shows in our partnerships that we have with merchants. That's one of the benefits of being in 7 countries, right? We can speak to brands on a regional level. So the conversations that happen in Singapore can have a direct effect on our supply in Australia, which is a great thing for customers.
And so, look, you've already talked about some of the differences between ShopBack and some of the competitors, but just tell us again what you perceive to be your unique point of difference against competitors, which would include, I guess, sites like the Oz Bargains and even people like Groupon, and I see Groupon is right there on the list. You know,
Groupon are a great friend of ours, as is OzBargain. I think we're like OzBargain's a
aggregator.
It's a community of people, so it allows for user-generated content. We work really. We're kind of agnostic, I guess. We negotiate the best offers for all of our customers, and a portion of our customers happen to be OzBargainers. So they'll be posting that online, they'll be sharing that online, and it's great. It's a great thing for our business, as it is for any business in Australia. They've got a significant amount of traffic. People like Groupon we work with on a daily basis, and I think it's they're a great partner of ours. I think when it comes to like differences between us and our competitors, there's been throughout the UK, through the US, there's giants over there that are working, and in Australia it's still a relatively new space, the cashback space, although there is local competitors here.
Sure.
There's 25 odd million people in Australia. You boil that down to online shoppers, there is an enormous audience for us to address, and there's room for everyone. But I think the point of difference for us comes back to that innovation through adversity and the strength in our mobile product. That's one thing that we really speak to retailers about, is being able to allow our customers become mobile customers of the retailers. So we've got, actually talking about Groupon, a direct app-to-app integration with Groupon. So you can go directly from our app into Groupon's app. It's not a weird M site. You've got to sign in and all that kind of thing. Sure. You're in an environment that you know, and all your preferences are stored.
So any new retail partners you want to give us a sneak peek on, and any hot deals that you have live right now that you want to mention?
A peek behind the curtain. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to open the kimono in that sense to new partners. I think we're onboarding new partners all the time, which is really exciting. I could go through a list with you, but time permitting, I might just highlight.
Check the app.
Yeah,
go on, but highlight somebody.
Download the app. One of the highlights would be HeyU, which is an amazing Australian business. Actually, it's the coffee. This formerly known as Beat the Queue, it's now HeyU.
Right.
So you can, if you go to HeyU, you'll see all the cafes in your local area. You can pre-order your coffee. So you can get off the train at Wynyard, walk straight to the barista,
and your coffee's waiting there.
The good news is now that you can get cashback on that coffee as well.
Right.
So we incentivize loyalty for the HeyU business by offering our customers a portion of the commission that we get paid as cashback. So that's exciting. That's actually just launched yesterday. That's good. Okay. I think another one to look out for is Expedia, so one of the global travel giants. We ordinarily offer, in the vicinity of about 5% cashback for users to shop through ShopBack to Expedia. So you book a $1,000 holiday, we give you 5% on that. Yep. Next week, we're going to be offering 13% cashback, so double digits. So you spend $1,000, we'll give you $130 cashback just for shopping through ShopBack.
Excellent.
Very excited about that one.
So, if we look in a crystal ball, how do you see ShopBack growing over the next few years? And if we look 10 years into the future in 2029, will we have the augmented reality glasses and Minority Report style ads popping into our field of view?
10 years is a big crystal ball. It's a big length of time. I mean, as you know, the rate of technological change is
exponential.
It's exponential. It's steep. It's dizzying at times. What we hope to do is continue to stay ahead of the curve. So the things that we're doing around, just to track a transaction from a mobile app to a merchant's mobile app, involves an incredible amount of technological power. So what we want to do is continuously evolve to make sure that customers are getting the best experience from ShopBack. Merchants are getting the best experience from ShopBack as well.
And I guess you're using big data and machine learning, AI in the cloud to make it all happen in the background.
And a million other things. Our teams. We're in 3 different hubs, and they're growing by the day. So, you know, the investment that we're making is huge in the space of technology.
Now, I've got 2 questions I'd like to finish with, and then I'll take us right up to the time. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received to help you get where you are today? I like to sort of humanize things and...
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and I think being if I put 2 dimensions to that, so being curious is one, and just being, you know, forever searching for different things and different ways to do things, and always questioning the status quo. But I think the most important one is being genuine, and that can be from a personal sense. You know, how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, the ethic, not your work ethic, but the actual ethic that you live by. But also as a brand, I think it's important for us to be genuine for our consumers as well.
And my last question is a catch-all. If you suddenly remember something you wish you'd mentioned, this is the time to do it. But what's your final message to IT Wire viewers and readers, and to your current and future customers and partners?
Good, yeah. So I'd say stay tuned. I think the exciting thing is that ShopBack's been in the market for going on 8 months now. We've got 250,000 users. We've got 950 brands. The real exciting stuff is yet to come. And when I say really exciting stuff, I'm talking about the brands that you'll be able to be rewarded for shopping through ShopBack for. I'm talking about the new tech stuff that we're bringing in. It really is an exciting space. And with the evolution from offline to online, that's, you know, we're in a brilliant place to be able to offer significant things to our customers and help them save money and time in their shopping decisions.
I guess when it comes to amazing deals and cashback savings, ShopBack's got your back.
That's exactly right. Australia, it's APAC's favourite and #1 cashback site, and no, we certainly our interest is in growing Australia at a rapid clip and helping other countries around the region to be rewarded for shopping smart.
Well, Angus, thank you very much, and best of luck in the future.
Thanks for your time, Alex. Appreciate it.